we are here on another start of a fast. Well, almost a start of the fast because I have not eaten yet, and you are getting ready to see what I'm going to eat. Well, I've got a couple of things, so you guys can help me decide because I've got a few things that I've put together. Haven't quite decided whether I'm eating all of it yet, um, but I've got a good I don't want to say listing, but a good group of things that I'm going to eat here. And one of the things I wanted to show, and I think I mentioned to everyone that on Tuesday we have our team meeting. And so the things that I eat tend to be the things that come from the team meeting. You know, I'll go down to the cafeteria and I'll grab things to supplement or I'll bring something from home depending on what I see that we're having. So I'll show you what I have here. But the reason I want to show you this is because I want you to also understand that when you are out and about, you can still find things that are consistent with our Balanced Bites idea, right? So our menu plan, our thought process, you can still do that. But we'll talk about that here in a minute. So first of all, welcome, welcome. Hey, this is Dr. Dwain Woode. That's Wood with an E. The E stands for Endocrinology. Here I educate, I empower, and I encourage you to take charge of your health and your life, avoid complications, and go to the next level. We're creating the life we've always wanted, and we are living limitless lives, which says that nothing from inside or nothing from outside is going to prevent us from doing what we need to do. We're presenting our best selves, our best health, and the best plans for our life. We are in the process of getting our metabolism back into function. Dysfunctional metabolism is at the root of all of our chronic diseases. I say many of our chronic diseases, the ones that we talk about: diabetes, prediabetes, obesity, polycystic ovarian syndrome, fatty liver, heart disease, strokes, peripheral artery disease. All of those have at their core dysfunction within our metabolism. And so our goal is to get the metabolism functioning in a correct way, and that's what you see us doing. As part of that, the functional arm of our Limitless Living platform, the health functional arm, is the Limitless Living Health Action Plan. And as a part of that, one of the pillars is fasting. And so what I do on a weekly basis is I do a fast. I do a weekly fast, and I invite you to come along with me. So we're starting the fast. I usually start on Tuesday afternoons, right after my team meeting. And I'm going to show you what I'm eating here for the last meal before I get into the fast. We go through the fast for the next several days, and then we end the fast on Friday so that you get to see, once again, what I'm eating for the first meal after the fast. So that's right, you heard me say it, I actually do personally a 72-hour fast. That is once a week. I do a 72-hour fast. That helps me in my metabolism. I have encouraged you to do at least a 24-hour fast once a week. And most people, unless there are some specific health reasons why they can't fast, most people should be able to fast at least a 24-hour period. And so I invite you right now, if you are fasting, if you're going to do the first day with me, put a number 1. If you're going to do the second day, put a number 2. If you're going to do the third day, do a 3. And if you're doing a total fast, you're going to go the entire way, then you want to put a T in the comments to let us know that you are there. Now, one thing about the days, right? I say day 1, day 2, day 3. It doesn't matter whether you start right now or you start another time. Simply day 1 is day 1. Whatever your day 1 is, right? Whatever your day 2 is, whatever your day 3 is, that's perfectly fine, as long as you are keeping up with the time when you're fasting. And so the reason I want to do the demonstration of the food is often people will have questions about, well, what do I eat when I'm not fasting? And what you eat when you are not fasting, as you get into the fast or you get out of the fast, right? The last meal before the fast and the first meal after the fast, they are very important. So I want to show you what I'm going to eat to begin my fast, and then we'll show you what we do after the fast to break the fast. So let me go ahead and I'm going to pull this down, and I'm not going to name the restaurant where we went to, or where we got this from. So let me go ahead and get my camera off the tripod here for just a minute, and let's make sure it doesn't run into a problem. Let's see. Let's get that off a little bit more. Okay. Let's do it this way. All right. Yeah, well, let's do it. It's going to work. It's going to work. Okay. So here is what I'm having. Let me switch this camera around. And so this is a salad that came from the local restaurant, and it has some onions in there, which the red onions, which I'm not going to have. It has some cheese with some lettuce. There's some balsamic vinaigrette, I believe, dressing. There's some tomatoes down there. There's some corn. And then there is some steak. I think steak tips is what this is. Okay. Right there. And then I went down to the cafeteria and I got some cheese, banana peppers. There is right there, those are boiled eggs. And I've got some, I think, toasted sliced almonds. Over here, I have a hamburger patty. And there is supposed to be a slice of cheddar cheese and a slice of pepper jack. Okay? So that is what we are working with right now. And so for the salad, we're going to construct that salad. We're going to take the onions off. And I don't have tongs, but we're going to try to see if we can just get those off of there because I don't want to eat those now because I'm about to go into a room with some patients. All right, so we're going to take those. Actually, I'm going to pull those over here. Try to get that off as much as I can. And so the other reason I'm showing you this is because I want you to understand that you can be out and about at the restaurant and you can construct a meal that is in keeping with your balanced bites. Okay? So we're going to do that. And the reason I end up doing my fast after, and then I'm going to take these out because I don't want the corn because those are going to cause some issues for my blood sugar. The reason I do the fast after the team meeting is because I'm a social creature. All right, we're all built for connection. And so I want to enjoy the time with my team, eat our last meal or eat my last meal with them, and then I get into the fast. So I'm going to get all those out. I may not get all of them, but that's okay, as much as possible. And then, so once again, and most of the times you see me eating, you will see me either my first meal for after the fast or my last meal before the fast. You'll see me have some salad, and the reason I use salad is because salad gives me bulk, it gives me fiber, and it helps me stay. It decreases the cravings. And then over here, of course, I've got my protein, so I'm going to get that on there. Once again, I'm not going to use the onions. I want to get those sliced steak. I said steak tips, but I'm not sure what, anyway, whatever these are. So I've got the steak. And the reason I went down to get the hamburger was because I didn't know how much steak was in here. And I went down actually to get some grilled chicken, but the grilled chicken did not look good. Well, I shouldn't say it didn't look good. It was, yeah, I had issues with it, so I didn't get it. So I decided to get the hamburger. So as you're putting your meal together, whether it's your pre-fast meal or your, hey, I'm breaking the fast meal, any of those, remember, wherever you are, you can find things that are close to what it is that you want to do. So in this case, if I didn't have the steak tips or the sliced steak, I could easily have used the hamburger. Now people would say, oh, you know, that don't use the hamburger because it's not good for you. Well, guess what? The hamburger is much better for me than the chicken fingers that I could have had. Okay? So you start where you are. So the Limitless Living Health Action Plan is not intended to be a hammer or a switch. It's intended to be guidance. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get some eggs. Sprinkle those over there. All right, so we're not intending to be food police for anybody. So I get some of that there. And then I like cheese, so we're going to go ahead and get some cheese and sprinkle that there. All right, and once again, I'm getting some fat, I'm getting some protein. I'm getting the fiber, and these are whole foods, right? So for the most part, we'll see some non-whole foods here in just a minute. I'm getting the non-starchy vegetables, okay? And I am actually going to go ahead and I'm going to grab this cheese, because I like cheese. So I'm going to put that on here. And then what I didn't show you off to the side here is I'm not going to use the vinaigrette dressing. I'm going to actually use some ranch dressing. Let's get some of that on there. All right. And so this is a salad that I am creating, right, with components from the restaurant. And so let's get this stuff off to the side. And this is now my salad. Get this off here. This is now the salad that I'm going to use as my last meal for the day. Okay, there it is. Beautiful, beautiful. So I've got my fiber, I've got fat, protein. These tomatoes, I may or may not eat them because they can cause my blood sugars to spike a lot more, some other things. I've got some beans in here, so once again, some more protein. Okay? All right, so let's go ahead and let's get this back up. And then let's start eating. Get my camera situated again. And boom. So if you are going to join me for day one, put a 1 in the comments. Oh, and it's getting kind of dark out there. I think it's gonna rain. Yeah, if you're gonna join me for day 1, put a 1 in the comments. If you're joining me for day 2, put a 2. Day 3, 3, and then of course if you're doing a total, then right. All right, so let's go ahead and let's jump in. That was good. So this evening we will be doing our, well, not this evening, sorry, tomorrow. We'll be doing our check-in again, right at about 24 hours. Tomorrow night, we'll do a check-in on the show, and it'll be a little later than we normally do, because this week is an interesting schedule for me. But once again, whoa, almost lost it. Once again, there's a salad. Huh? Got my protein, get my fiber from the salad, from the lettuce. The steak, the beans, giving me protein. The cheese, of course, the fat, the dressing. Whole foods, right? Remember the limit balanced bite says whole foods first. So if I have a choice of things to eat, I'm going to prioritize eating the whole foods things first. That does not mean that there aren't processed things that are going to be in your meal, right? I want you to listen, right? For instance, this dressing, right? So dressing is processed, and I'm sure it has some sugar in it. But looking at the salad, whole foods. That's good. The steak is good. So if you're starting with us, or if you're starting with me, day 1, put a 1. Day 2, put a 2. Day 3, put a 3. And if you're doing a complete fast, put a T. And the other thing is, what are you eating as your last meal before your fast? If you did a fast last week, what did you eat as your last meal? And I had someone put in the chat, one of our community members, what she wanted me to eat as my first meal post-fast. So we're working on that. Okay? So what do you want to see me eat? The reason I don't do that usually for Tuesday, what do you want to see me eat, is because I tend to eat what is here, specifically because I want to create something out of things that people are bringing in. Because I want you to see how you can modify what's available. So you don't have to go out and spend any special money. Wherever you are, you can create a meal that is consistent with Balanced Bites. Delicious. Yeah, I'm not. So this restaurant, actually usually I don't go to this restaurant on my own. I wouldn't go to this restaurant on my own usually, but they bring it and my team likes it. So when I'm ordering, whoops, look at that. Just broke my fork, so here it is. And I don't have another one.